wanted to make a quick video today to talk about the landing gear in the Piper Seminole. I'm doing the multi-engine commercial training right now, and my next check ride will be in the Piper Seminole. So there's a lot of questions about aircraft systems in the oral part of that check ride. So I thought I would start today with a short video talking about the landing gear on the Piper Seminole. So it's important to know that the landing gear system is electrically activated and hydraulically actuated. The gear system uses an electric 12-volt reversible pump that moves hydraulic fluid in and out of an actuator that in turn raises and lowers the landing gear. So the landing gear pump and that reservoir that holds the hydraulic fluid are located near the baggage compartment, actually behind the baggage compartment aft bulkhead. When you pull the switch to raise or lower the gear, this hydraulic pump activates and simply moves hydraulic fluid from one side of the actuator to the other. The main gear actuators are located near the wheels under each wing. When the landing gear is retracted or up, it is held in this up position only by hydraulic pressure. When the gear is extended or down, it is locked down by a down lock, which is called a J-hook because of the shape. And then there's a spring that keeps tension on the J-hook, and then there's an over center joint which helps keep the gear down in the event of a side-loaded landing. If you've ever been in a retractable gear plane, you've probably seen the 3 green lights, because when you're flying you need to know if your gear is up or your gear is down. In the Seminole, each main gear and the nose gear have an up limit switch and a down limit switch which sense the gear position. The left and right main gears also have something called a squat switch, and the squat switch determines if the airplane is airborne or still on the ground. This is different than the up limit and down limit switches, which determine if the landing gear is retracted or extended. On the Seminole, the left squat switch prevents accidental gear retraction, and the right squat switch activates the stall warning horn and starts maintenance time, which is the equivalent of time in service in the Seminole. Airplane manufacturers and the FAA think about emergencies. We have emergency exits, emergency locator transmitters, and in a retractable gear plane like the Seminole, we do have an emergency gear extension. In the event that you can't get the gear to drop, you simply release the knob and pull it back, and the gear drops on its own. The landing gear, as I mentioned earlier, is held in the up position only by hydraulic pressure. If that hydraulic pressure is released, gravity just causes the landing gear to free fall to the down position. And while the landing gear is extending, the piston in the hydraulic actuator will move hydraulic fluid into the extension side of the gear actuator. So that's just a brief introductory video. I didn't really talk about the V-speeds for landing gear extension or retraction or emergency gear extension. I didn't touch on the braking system or the gear warning system, but those are things I will be reviewing in depth in the future, and maybe we'll make a video on those as well.